Gentlemen, let's get one thing straight. Going silent or acting cold toward a woman, that doesn't magically make her come running back. In fact, if she doesn't care, if she doesn't reach out after you walk away, it might be the harsh truth you've been avoiding. You completely misunderstood how this game works. Welcome to Stoic Station, where we don't sugarcoat reality. We speak the truth, even when it stings. Today, we're taking on one of the most dangerous dating myths out there. The idea that ignoring her will make her want you. Some guys honestly believe that if they just go quiet, she'll suddenly realize their worth, panic at the thought of losing them, and flood their phone with texts and missed calls. But here's the truth, brother. If she's not chasing you, it's because she doesn't see you as someone worth chasing. Too many men confuse pulling away with power. They think silence builds mystery. But that only works if, and only if, you already had value in her eyes. If you're not the man she truly wants, then your silence, it doesn't create desire. It just confirms what she already felt. She's not that into you. Here's the bottom line: a woman who genuinely wants you, she doesn't need to be manipulated. She'll show up naturally. And if she didn't care to begin with, no trick, no tactic, no silence will change that. So if you've tried the ignore her move and got nothing in return, it's time to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I really understand her? Or am I just fooling myself about how much I actually matter to her? In today's video, we're going deep on why your strategy isn't working. And more importantly, what you should do instead. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Join me in living the Stoic lifestyle with clarity, simplicity, and zero illusions. Hit that subscribe button on the Stoic Station channel and tap the bell so you never miss a lesson that could shift your life. And hey, if you're feeling this message, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 2, so I know and I can do better next time. All right, fellas, let's jump in. 1. She never truly wanted you. Let's be real. If a woman genuinely likes you, you don't need to play games. You don't need to go silent or pretend to ignore her just to get her attention. On the flip side, if you cut off contact and she doesn't even flinch, doesn't call, doesn't text, doesn't care, then yeah, the truth stings, but it's a truth you need to face. She never saw you as someone worth chasing. This is where a lot of men get it twisted. They think, if I pull away, she'll realize how much I matter. But here's the thing, that only works if she already saw value in you. If she wasn't emotionally invested from the beginning, then your silence doesn't spark curiosity. It confirms something else entirely. He's not important to me. Many guys fall for this lie, that ignoring a woman will somehow ignite attraction. But the reality, it's the opposite. That strategy only works if she had feelings for you in the first place. If she didn't, your absence won't make her miss you. It just gives her one more reason to move on. Because here's the deal. A woman who truly wants a man doesn't need to be manipulated. She doesn't need tricks, games, or reverse psychology. She'll want to be around him, talk to him, understand him, invest her time, energy, and emotion into him. But when a woman sees you as a backup option, going silent won't shake her. It won't make her panic. It won't pull her closer. It won't do anything except show her how easy it is to let you go. That's why so many guys fail with the silent treatment. They think women are just waiting to be ignored, so they can magically realize how amazing he is. But that's not how attraction works. Women don't chase men they're not genuinely into. If she's lost interest or never had feelings to begin with, your silence won't change that. If anything, It just proves to her that she was right. Right not to choose you. Picture this. A guy meets a girl. They exchange numbers. He texts her. She replies, but coldly. Her responses take hours, sometimes days. She never texts first. She's always busy when he asks to hang out. He starts noticing, so he decides to go silent. He thinks, I'll ignore her. She'll freak out. She'll chase me. But what happens? Nothing. She disappears. No texts, no calls. A few weeks later, he sees her with another guy. Why? Because she was never truly interested. His absence didn't create desire. It just made it easier for her to walk away, without guilt. Here's the harsh truth. If a woman genuinely wants you, whether you text her every day or go MIA for a while, she'll still find a way to keep you in her life. And if she doesn't chase after you, it's not because you didn't ignore her long enough. It's because, from the very beginning, she never saw you as the man she truly wanted. 2. Ignoring her only works if she's emotionally invested in you. Let's clear something up. A lot of men treat ignoring a woman like it's some kind of magic trick, like if they just go silent, poof, she'll suddenly realize she wants them. But the truth? Yeah, it's not that pretty. This strategy? It only works if she already has feelings for you. If there's no emotional investment to begin with, your silence won't create attraction. It won't spark desire. It'll just give her the perfect excuse to forget about you even faster. For a woman to chase you when you pull back, she has to feel like she's losing something valuable, and that only happens if she genuinely liked you in the first place. Now, if she does have real feelings, yes, creating a little distance might trigger that fear of losing you. She might start wondering where you are, start reaching out, start trying to reconnect. But if she doesn't feel that way, then she won't feel like she lost anything at all. She'll just walk away easily, like you never even mattered. Here's the real issue. So many men believe that silence equals attraction. They think, if I stop talking to her, she'll start missing me. She'll realize how much she liked me. She'll come running back. But attraction, it's not built in your absence. It's built in what she feels when she's around you. If those feelings were never strong to begin with, then disappearing won't change a damn thing. That's why you'll see some women chase a guy after he goes quiet, while others don't even blink when he disappears. It all comes down to one thing: emotional investment. A woman who already had feelings for you, she'll feel your absence. But a woman who never truly liked you, your silence is nothing more than an easy exit from your life. Let's break it down with a simple example. A guy starts dating a girl. At first things are great. She's texting fast, laughing, excited to see him. But over time, he gets too predictable, too eager, too available, and she starts to pull away, takes longer to reply, cancels plans, acts distant, cold. He notices it, so he decides to go quiet, just to test her. A few days later, she texts him, "Where have you been?" She wants to hang out again. Why? Because she had emotional investment. His silence triggered that fear of losing something real. Now picture a different scenario. A guy talks to a girl who never really cared. She replies out of politeness, never texts first, never shows excitement, always too busy to meet up. He decides to ignore her, hoping it'll make her miss him. And what happens? Nothing. No messages, no calls. She doesn't even notice he's gone. That is the difference. If she never had strong feelings for you, your silence won't magically make her care. The only women who respond when you ignore them are the ones who were already emotionally invested. And if she's not chasing you, then the truth is simple. She never really wanted you to begin with. 3. You're not the prize in her eyes. Let's cut through the noise. A lot of men believe that if they ignore a woman, she'll magically start valuing them more. But the harsh truth: a woman only chases the man she already sees as worth chasing. If she's not pursuing you, if she's not texting, calling, or trying to be around you, it's simple. In her eyes, you were never the prize. And that's a truth many men just don't want to face. They think, if I pull away, if I go quiet, she'll finally realize how much I matter. But let me ask you this: when a woman truly values a man, does she need silence to figure that out? Number. She shows it. She wants to be around him. She makes time. She stays close. Not because he played a game, but because she already sees his worth. Men who get chased, they're not using tactics or psychological tricks. They're just being themselves. They walk with self-respect, quiet confidence, and unshakable value. They don't need to create attraction. Their calmness, their focus, their purpose, that's what draws people in. But here's where a lot of guys stumble. They believe that being nice, being endlessly caring, always being available, should automatically earn them love and attention. But that's not how attraction works. Women don't chase men just because they're nice. They chase men who make them feel something. That spark, that curiosity, that pull. Whether it's admiration, mystery, desire, it's always something that makes the heart race. Bottom line, if you're not already the prize in her eyes, no strategy, especially ignoring her, is going to flip the script. You can't fake value. You can't trick someone into wanting you. And here's the real trap. A lot of men rely on tactics instead of building themselves. They think, if I create distance, I'll flip the power dynamic. She'll feel the loss and come running back. But attraction isn't built on games. It's built on who you are. If you truly believe you're valuable, you don't need to manipulate. You don't need to test. And you sure as hell don't waste time chasing someone who doesn't see your worth. The men who naturally get pursued, they live with confidence. They have clear goals. They grow themselves every single day. They're not sitting around waiting for a woman to text back. They're focused on career, health, purpose, and self-mastery. That energy, that drive, that's what makes them attractive. Because women are drawn to men who are on their path. Men who don't need approval, who don't chase validation, who know they're already enough. So if you're using the ignore her tactic, hoping she'll chase you, you've already lost. Because high-value men don't sit around wondering, does she see I'm worth it? What do I need to do to change her mind? They already know, and they don't chase women who can't see it. So if she's not chasing you, the real question isn't, why didn't she choose me? The real question is, why did I think I needed to be chosen? When you shift that mindset, you stop playing games and start becoming the kind of man women are naturally drawn to. 4. When another man has already caught her attention, let's kill the illusion. A lot of men think, if I just ignore her, she'll start missing me. She'll come running back. But here's the truth. If she's not chasing you, chances are another man already has her attention. And not just any man. Someone she finds more exciting, more valuable, or simply better aligned with what she's looking for right now. Women don't sit around heartbroken just because a guy goes silent, not unless she truly cared. If she lets you walk away without a second thought, that tells you everything. You were never her priority. It's very possible that she was already talking to someone else before you even showed up. Or Someone new stepped in the moment you stepped out. Either way, she's not losing sleep over your silence, because she's already getting attention somewhere else. And this is where so many guys get it twisted. They believe that going silent will make her realize she lost something valuable, but if she doesn't feel like she lost anything, were you ever really important to her at all? Maybe, in her eyes, you were just one of several options. A maybe, a we'll see, a just in case. And I get it, that stings, but it's a truth a lot of men need to face. Here's the deal. If she had real feelings for you, your silence wouldn't push her away. It would pull her in. She'd feel anxious. She'd wonder where you went. She'd try to reconnect fast. Because a woman who values you doesn't risk losing you. She doesn't need to be ignored to see your worth. She already knows, but if her interest was lukewarm from the start, then your disappearance. It's not a wake-up call, it's an opportunity to explore other options. And if another man comes along, someone who brings more spark, more mystery, more chemistry, she won't hesitate. She'll move on, just like that. A lot of guys get crushed when this happens. They blame themselves. They feel betrayed. But they overlook one key truth. If she was truly emotionally connected to you, no other man would have taken your place so easily. But if the moment you stop trying, she turns cold, distant, or gone altogether, let's be honest, she was never really yours. A woman who genuinely likes a man, she doesn't play waiting games. She doesn't need to be ignored to figure out how she feels. She already knows. And if she's not chasing you, that says everything you need to know, because a woman who truly values a man will never risk losing him to someone else. 5. You made yourself too easy to replace. Let's be real. If a woman isn't chasing after you, it's because your absence doesn't leave a void in her life. And if she doesn't feel your absence, here's the hard truth. You were never special enough to make her want to keep you. Women only pursue men they feel are hard to replace. Men who bring something rare, something different, something real to the table. If she saw you as just another average guy, predictable, agreeable, always available, then whether you're around or not, it doesn't really matter to her. And here's where a lot of men get it wrong. They think being super kind, always there, doing everything she likes, will somehow make them stand out. But in reality, it usually does the opposite. Because when you act like every other nice guy, when you're too agreeable, too accommodating, too perfect on paper, you start to blend in. You fade into the background. Why? Because deep down, she knows. She can get what you offer from almost anyone without even trying that hard. If she can replace you with the next guy who's willing to text her every day, take her out, shower her with compliments, then she has no reason to chase you. Women are drawn to men who offer something rare, a unique vibe, a calm, quiet confidence, purpose that's going somewhere, or simply a presence that doesn't blend in with the crowd. And this is where so many guys crash and burn. They get so focused on pleasing her, they forget who they are. They agree with everything she says, try way too hard to make her happy, are available 24/7 at her convenience, slowly, silently lose their edge. And what happens? She loses interest, because now there's nothing to chase. No mystery, no depth, no spark, no reason to stay. Let's break it down. You meet a girl, you text her every day, you compliment her non-stop. You're always free whenever she wants to hang out. In your head, I'm putting in the effort. But in hers, I already know everything about this guy. No challenge, no excitement, no reason to hold on. So when you disappear, she doesn't feel like she lost anything. Because honestly, you never gave her something unforgettable. Here's the truth. Attractive men aren't trying to be everything a woman wants. They've got their own life, their own mission, a clear, unapologetic identity. And they don't ask for permission to be themselves. That's what makes them irreplaceable. Not the gifts, not the effort, the energy. So if she's not chasing you, ask yourself the real question. Was I ever truly hard to replace? Or just another guy she knew she could find again anytime? 6. She sees your silence as weakness, not strength. You might think that ignoring her will make her respect you more, that by pulling away, she'll feel the emptiness and come chasing after you. But instead, she just shrugs and moves on. She might even chuckle at the attempt. Why? Because to her, your silence doesn't look like strength. It looks like helplessness. A lot of men think ignoring a woman is some kind of power move, that it shows confidence, control, higher status. But here's the truth. If she never saw you as someone worth chasing in the first place, your silence changes nothing. She doesn't see a strong, grounded man making a bold decision. She sees a guy with no other options, using mind games as a last resort. Women respect men who lead, men who don't need to vanish to prove their worth, men who show up with presence, purpose, and quiet power. If you really have value, you don't need to create distance to prove it. She'll feel it the moment you walk into the room. She'll sense it in your energy, in how you carry yourself, in the way you live. And if she doesn't feel it, then your silence. It just confirms what she already believed. He was never that important to me. Let's be real for a second. Confidence doesn't come from ghosting someone. It comes from not needing their attention in the first place. A truly confident man doesn't pull away to test someone's feelings. He's not playing games. He's too busy leveling up, chasing purpose, building a life that speaks for itself. If your entire strategy depends on how she reacts, you've already lost your edge, because to a woman who's emotionally strong, silence doesn't make you more attractive. It makes you look insecure, like you don't know what else to do. And if the only way you feel powerful is by ignoring her, then let's be honest, you were never in the driver's seat to begin with. Picture this. A man at the top of his game, a CEO, an athlete, a leader. Do you think he's sitting around refreshing his phone, wondering, did she text back yet? Number. He's not waiting. He's living. His life is so full, so magnetic, that women want to be part of it. Meanwhile, the average guy who hasn't done the work, hasn't built the life, uses ignoring as a last-ditch tactic, trying to feel like he matters. That's the difference. Reality check. If she never had feelings for you in the first place, silence won't trigger attraction. You can't spark desire where none ever existed. The only way to make a woman regret losing you isn't by staying quiet. It's by becoming the kind of man she never wants to lose. And that has nothing to do with tactics. It has everything to do with your value, your purpose, your presence, your truth. 7. You're focused on her instead of yourself. Let's get this straight. A woman won't chase a man who makes her the center of his universe. The moment she feels that all your energy, your thoughts, your emotions revolve around her, whether it's through constant texts or going silent to test her, she loses interest. Attraction can't grow when your mind is stuck on, is she thinking about me? Has she read my message yet? Who's she with right now? That mindset doesn't create desire. It creates pressure. Attraction grows when your focus shifts back onto you, your goals, your growth, your path. You build a life so fulfilling, so magnetic, that she doesn't just want to be part of it. She fights to be included. The men who struggle the most with women, they're the ones who obsess over every little move she makes. Spend hours wondering what she's doing. Sit around waiting, hoping, checking if she'll come back. Meanwhile, the men who actually win, they're out there, creating, building, evolving, living. They're not waiting for a reaction. They're taking action. Some guys still think ignoring her will make her want me more. But let's be honest. She'll only chase you if you're someone she doesn't want to lose. And that has nothing to do with tactics. It has everything to do with how you live your life. If you're constantly trying to trigger a reaction, whether through attention or silence, you're still making her your focus, and women don't respect that. Look at the kind of men women admire. They're not refreshing their phones. They're not overanalyzing every reply. They're not adjusting their lives based on what she might do. They're too busy chasing passion, living their purpose, growing into someone greater every single day. That's what creates real attraction. Not silence, not games, and definitely not disappearing, hoping she'll realize something. Too many guys confuse acting distant with actually being high value. But those are not the same. A man with real value doesn't pretend to be anything. He just is. He lives his truth, walks his path, protects his energy, and doesn't ask for permission to be himself. That's what makes him irresistible. The guy who's acting distant, he's still focused on her reaction. What will she do if I go quiet? Should I wait 2 hours before texting back? But the guy who's actually hard to get? He's not even thinking about that. His life is full, his direction is clear, and women feel lucky to be invited into his world. No games, no tactics, no manipulation, just authentic value. And women can feel the difference. So instead of creating distance just to see how she'll react, build a life so rich, so rare, so alive, that your absence is naturally noticeable, not because you're playing hard to get, but because your presence is that powerful. The moment you start respecting your time, protecting your energy, holding your self-worth high, you elevate to a level where women recognize your value without you saying a word. That's the difference between two kinds of men. The ones women forget, the ones they can't stop thinking about. And that second kind, they don't need tactics. Their value speaks for itself. Here's the cold truth. If she's not chasing you, in her mind, you're not a loss, which means you were never the prize to begin with. So stop wasting hours waiting for her to text first, delaying replies to build suspense, pretending not to care just to get a reaction. Because women aren't drawn to absence, they're drawn to presence, real presence, rooted in purpose, driven by passion, built on confidence. And that doesn't come from silence. It comes from how you live, how you carry yourself, and what you bring to the table when you show up. Here's the truth most won't say out loud. If you're spending your time calculating how to make her chase you, you've already lost, because the men women can't resist. They're too busy pursuing their mission, their growth, their greatness. And when you start living at that level, women don't just chase you, they compete for a place in your life. Ignoring isn't a magic strategy. Let's stop pretending it is. Ignoring her is not the secret to attraction. Not if you're not bringing any real value to the table. Too many men confuse ignoring with self-improvement. They go silent, not because they're working on themselves, not because they're building a life worth living, but because they hope their silence will somehow make her realize something. But here's the truth. If you weren't memorable to begin with, your silence won't create mystery. It'll just make you fade away, quietly, forgettably. If a woman genuinely feels something for you, you don't need to play games. You don't need strategies. You don't need to map out every move like you're playing chess. She'll feel it, and she'll act on it. But if you constantly have to orchestrate your behavior just to get a reaction, then that connection was never solid in the first place, because real attraction, lasting attraction, it comes from your inner strength, not from mind games. So if she's not chasing you, take it as a filter, not because you're not attractive, not because you're not worthy, but because right now you're simply not the match for where her feelings are, and that's okay. The best thing you can do. Keep living a life you're proud of, a life that fills you up, with purpose, with fire, with vision, with or without her. Right now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever ignored a woman thinking she'd come running back, only to realize she didn't care at all? Or maybe the opposite happened. The moment you stopped centering your life around her, she suddenly became more interested. Drop your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I respond, because this isn't just a channel to me. This is a space for men to learn together, to grow together, to level up our mindset and confidence together. I truly appreciate you spending your time with this video. If you found value in what was shared, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Keep your mind sharp, live with intention, and never trade your power for someone else's attention. Know yourself, lead your life, and own your masculine mindset in today's world. Stay focused, stay strong, and always remember, your value doesn't need to be proven. It just needs to be lived. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.